Hi mathematicians! I hope you liked yesterday's strategy of adding a group to a multiplication problem. Today is very similar. We are doing subtracting a group strategy. So the only difference between those two lessons are yesterday we did adding, today we're doing subtracting. All right, so here is an example of subtracting a group. Originally the problem was 10 times 4, because you can see I have 10 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10 times 4 because 1, 2, 3, 4 in each row. And we know that 10 times 4 equals 40, because if we have 4 tens, that adds up to be 40. 10, hold on, let me make it a little bit smaller writing. 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 equals 40. And I would use this, the 10 times 4 equals 40, if I didn't know the answer to 9 times 4, because 10s are an easy multiplication fact for me. I know all my 10s, but let's say I didn't know all my 9s. And 9 is only 1 away from 10, right? So I just went and I crossed out one of the groups right here, and I subtracted those away from this original problem. Okay, so if you're looking at what it equals, 40, all I did was subtract 4, or take away one group of 4, to get 36. Okay, so let's try that in a practice problem, or a practice page. Here's my practice page. All right, so suppose I do not know the answer to 4 times 7. Helper fact is 5 times 7. I need to use pictures, numbers, or words to show how you can use 5 times 7 to help figure out 4 times 7. All right, so I'll show you 2 different ways you could do it. I'm going to show you an array and a picture. So for an array, I need to represent 5 times 7. So remember, the first number in the array is the number of rows, so 5. So I'll start with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the second number in the problem is how many are in each row. So 7 in each row. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is why you have to go back and count, because there is a chance of making a mistake, because I do not have perfectly even lines. That's why I like to use those grid papers I've given you with the little squares or the dots. All right, so here's my 5 times 7. But I need to figure out what 4 times 7 is. This was just my helper fact. So I can go in here, and I'll use a color you can see really well. I need to take away one group of 7, which is the same thing as saying take away one row. So I'm going to cross out that row. I forgot that before I cross out the row, I should have said what 5 times 7 equals. So you can, if you didn't know 5 times 7, which I'm guessing you do because you count by 5s, you could count up the x's, but 5 times 7 is 35. All right, now this is when I should have crossed out my row. So pretend I'm crossing it out now. And then I can use that to help me find my answer. So I wouldn't go back and count all those x's without that one row that I crossed out. I would just do 35 minus 7. And what is 35 minus 7? Yep, 28. Good. So 4 times 7 is 28. Because I took away one group, or I subtracted a group. All right, I said that I would show you the other way to do it as well. There are more ways than this, but I want to show you how to use just a picture, like with your groups too. So I'm still going to represent my 5 times 7 first. So I think of it as 5 groups of 7 items. So 5 groups, I do circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 7 inside each circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups with 7 in each group. And now I'm going to take away one group because I want to actually find the answer to 4 times 7, not 5 times 7. I'm just using 5 times 7 as a helper. Okay, so I'm going to cross out one of these groups. And make sure you go and cross it out in a different color so you can clearly see what the picture represents. Because I can see it used to be 5 times 7, but now it's 4 times 7 since I crossed out one group. And you could go back and count all the X's up, or you could just think of, well, I knew 5 times 7 is 35, I'll just take 7 away from it, or subtract 7. Okay, and my new number or fact is 4 times 7 equals 28. Okay, now you guys get to try it on your own. Thank you to everyone who showed their work within this blank space right here that I just put a rectangle around. I want you to do that again today. You're going to sketch a picture to show 10 toy cars with 4 wheels on each car. How many wheels are there in all? I don't expect you to draw these cars. I know I could not draw the cars. So use a symbol to represent the car, or use X's, use whatever you'd like, but I don't expect to see toy cars drawn on here. State your multiplication sentence here, and the one that you want to show is whatever you started with, not the one after you subtract something, okay? I want to see the original multiplication sentence here. The new multiplication sentence goes here. Okay, so the one after you subtract the group. And then after you draw your original picture with this information, don't forget to cross out your group with a different color. Just come up here and choose a different color, all right? I want you to explain what you did. I already said this part right here. And just tell me how knowing 10 times 4 helps you figure out 9 times 4. I've said it multiple times throughout this video, so you can go back and listen again if you need help with that part. All right, so do this, turn it in on Canvas, and then you are going to do Friday's quick check. Have a great weekend.